all comes back to belief and trust. Maybe it's door A, maybe it's B, maybe it's C. But at the end of the day, whatever one you decide to kick down will be yours to conquer. And you can forget a lot of things in life, but you can't forget that. As Tolkien said, all who wander are not lost. Winners find ways to win. That's what they do. So you might as well trust and enjoy the process.
What's up, FFBE? Here we are, Scorn of Gilgamesh trial. We think we finally figured out how to beat it, and we're gonna bring in Medius without a hat. I had to specifically build him for this trial. This is the first new Medius that I've had to build since we started almost 2.5 years ago. Or was it 3 years ago? Either way. I don't know if you guys are excited, but I am. Let's go in. Okay, so here we are at turn 1. Turn 1, we get a lot of Bahamut synergies triggering. All these Bahamut synergies triggering fills up the Esper gauge. We use dual cast for Faith and Imperil on the buff for allies and the Imperil for him. We use Reflect with Carbuncle. Reflect is going to amplify the Faraga that we do with the Fire Whip from the 10-man trials, if you remember that one. So for Raja, I'm sorry. We use Quadruple Black Magic for Water Aga chains. And Quad Black Magic for Water Aga chains. Okay. We target the party. Okay. Let's do this properly now. Party's targeted. Great. Done. Okay. We use the LB. That's 1 LB. Okay. All right. We move on to turn 2, where he did all of his counters. His counters either require a unit to be 100% evade or 100% light resistance, depending on whether you're using physical or magical. Okay. And then we get all those Bahamut synergy triggers again. All right. So we're going to try to get it to where we can cast 3 items, okay? Because here's where we have to do this mission. So we're using the 1 LB guy, right? To get the 8 or more limit bursts. Now we're going to try to work on ice and lightning damage twice. And then we're going to use dark damage twice from a unit that we have. Okay? So we got to use ice once. Well, ice DPS right now. Bam! Done. Okay? And then this guy's just going to use his LB. Well, we can reset with those guys. Yeah, so we can reset with everybody. So we're just going to try and redo what we did the previous turn. That's all. The reason that we're using a 4-star max Medius, level 60, is because he has less LB requirement. LB crystal requirement. Okay? Right. So let's do this. Alright, we're just trying to get down to below 60, but not below 40. There we go. We got below 60, but not below 40. Now we're at 2 limit bursts, 1 ice move. 2 limit bursts, 1 ice move. The unit using the items has to be 100% light resistance because it's counted as a magic counter. Okay. All right. So, Do I just not do that in a chain this turn? That way we don't... Yeah, maybe I don't chain it this turn because I don't want to put like double threshold him. You know what I mean? I want to save those thresholds. All right. So we're going to use lightning. All right. So we use lightning on him. Boom, done. All right. So now we've used lightning and an ice move. Okay. We use the reflect move. Okay, we've got the reflect on him. Okay, we'll target ourselves. We'll go ahead and cast that. We'll see how much damage that does. Okay. I don't want to press too hard. We just can't get near 20%. Okay, good. All right, so we did 2 items. Okay. We used items twice. So next time we use items, he's gonna skip his turn. He'll still do any counters though. Okay. So, what we're going to do this turn is we're going to refresh the Imperil and the magic buff. Okay. So this will be the fourth total limit burst. We'll use Carbuncle again. We'll go ahead and skip the animation. We'll target the team. Okay. We might do too much damage if we chain it because he doesn't have his buffs anymore. So we'll just do it like this. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't have his buffs anymore, so we would have killed him there. We don't want that. We got to get our missions. Our missions are important. Okay. So it seems like we did not press him too hard. We pressed him just perfectly. There's nothing I can do with you that I want to do, so we'll just hit guard. And that is our 4th limit burst. Okay. Okay, it's our 4th limit burst. So now we need 4 more limit bursts and we're fine. Okay, so we can do, what we have to do is we have to skip this turn. So we're gonna do ice damage again, I guess. So that's 2 instances of ice damage and 1 instance of lightning damage. Okay, so now he's gonna skip doing anything except for counters this turn. Okay. We'll go ahead and use the limit burst. Limit burst. Limit burst. We only need to do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we just go ahead and get a little Faraga going? We'll see what that does. It shouldn't do much. Yeah. Okay. So we did 4 LBs. This turn should make a total of 8. This unit might die this turn. Unit number 4 might die. Or number 3 might die. No. Okay. So there was no deaths. No deaths at all. And we've dealt everything except for an extra lightning unless he was equipped. So he has a dark. He has the lightning. Okay. So we can do... Still have the Imperil there. So if we use an LB with you, then we deal the extra lightning and 1 dark. If we deal the any attack with you, we can deal the extra dark. So that's 2 dark. Okay? So we'll do move with you. Boom. Now we've dealt 2 instances of ice, 2 instances of lightning, 2 instances of dark. Okay? We're going to use Firaja. We're going to use quad black magic. And quad black magic. On this one, the quad black magic's really the carry. Okay? And this should be it. Okay, I gotta thank everybody that set one up. If you set one up for me this week for this one, I'm excited to see next week. I want to roll through all the ones. Okay, so everybody that set one up for me, thank you, Serene. Serene, I know you set one up for me. You friend requested me just for this. Thank you. Okay, so all right. So I want to take a look at the build, because I promised that I'd show the build. And so here we go. So the build is... Oh, look at all those. Look at all those Medius. Always a Nemesis too. Okay. And we also got one that got to rest this week. Mine that was my original Medius got to rest this week. One of this new up-and-coming whippersnapper got to take his place. Alright, so the Espers you see as such. This Esper has the Faith and the Imperil boost, Carbuncles for the Reflect, Animus for the LB crystals per turn, Leviathan is for Waterga, and that Chaos Wave Awaken chaining move, and then Diabolus is just for the human killer. Okay? Human magical killer. Alright, we have Sparky and Velvet Nightmare for the lightning and dark damage, and then Velvet Nightmare and Icy Death for the dark and ice damage. Okay? Every unit has death resistance. Okay? So safety bit, floating hearts, floating hearts, floating hearts, floating hearts. Okay? Unit in slot number 1 had Soul of Thamasa, so it could dual cast that turn 1, and any repetitive turns it might need to re-up Faith and Imperialaga. And then any unit that was doing, the unit that was in slot 1, which has to do the item move, which counts as a magic damage for counters, had to be 100% light resistance, and then we just threw on some Bahamut synergies. Okay, so that's unit number 1. Alright, unit number 2 needed to be... evade for whenever it did its limit burst. So we have the limit burst, and then threw on a Bahamut synergy on there. Okay? Continuing on to unit number 3. Unit number 3 was our little hatless guy. I had to make this guy completely new for this trial. I did not own... I never noticed his cape is only a half cape. His cape, he hasn't grown in his big boy cape yet. Oh, look at that. He hasn't grown in his big boy cape. All right. So we needed to have 12 LB shards per turn, or LB crystals per turn, and we got it with this build here. Okay? And he still had to be 100% evade. We did not need to have him deal damage, just do his LB. Okay? And if you're wondering, yes, I did pot him completely out for this, including LB pots. I potted him out. He doesn't get to join the team unless he means it. Alright. Okay. Then our chaining was created with chaining Chaos Wave Awakened from the Esper, and then quad black magic for a possible 63 hit chain with the Aaron Yes ring. If you guys haven't picked this up, it's amazing. Floating Hearts, Maria's Goggles, Ibarra's Kimono, mostly because of the light resistance. Maria's Goggles because of the light resistance. Again, if the unit was dealing magic damage, it needed to be 100% light resistant. Demonic Scroll twice, Quintessence, Double Catharsis, Winter Child, and Magical Machine Human Killer are big DPS with the Flame Whip from the 10-man trial, and Vespane, 10-man trial weapon coming in 2021 clutch for a strat. Can you believe it? Wizard's Pestosis, Rabante Dancer Clothing. Rabante Dancer Clothing, just so good, honestly. Upgrade Package, Floating Hearts, Tetrasulfide Synergy, Wings of Transcend Time, Shining Guardian Hope, and Double Catharsis. And the friend unit was very similar to this one right here. Boom. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for watching. Much love. Peace.